Escarabajo. Temazo. La consulta del doctor Escarabajo, dígame.
La consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
La consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
La consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
La consulta
La
del
consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
La consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
Well, that's an interesting question. God, has it been 25 years? You know, I forgot about that. I was sort of more thinking about the 20 years since community music, but yes, it's 25 years since Facts and Fictions. Well, I think I have to say that at the base of it, the root of it, I'm incredibly satisfied. Just to be doing Asian Dub Foundation at all, especially after all this time, is a source of a great deal of satisfaction. You know, so yeah, I mean, obviously, I think there's been a lot of ups and downs, as there is with any group, artistically too. You know, no group can put out 10 perfect albums. But I think we've had a pretty good scorecard on that. Also, I mean, when the band first started, I mean, we were told all over the place that you'll never get anywhere with this. Our manager was told, you'll never get anywhere with this group. But we've outlasted a lot of people, you know, and we've kept on doing something which I think is relevant, you know, culturally and musically. And yeah, so I'd have to say I'm very satisfied. Well, I think the cool thing about Asian Dub Foundation is that we can take in a lot of different influences, and they come out differently. They come out differently in the mix. Like, for example, there's a couple of tracks on the album, Can't Pay, Won't Pay, and the track we did with the Chilean rapper, singer Ana Tijoux, Frontline Santiago, that were very influenced by trap music. And but I don't think the average trap fan would say, oh, they're trap tracks or generic trap tracks. Far from it. They might not even recognise the influence. So that's the kind of way we work sometimes. And also, you know, we've got the nature of the guests that we've got influence the music very much. I mean, like Human 47, which has the Palestinian band 47 Soul on it. I mean, you know, the Palestinian or the musical influence from that region is so obvious on the track, you know, but still the ADF drums and bass presence is very obvious, but we've never really done anything quite like that before. Then you've got a track Realignment, which is an orchestrated piece, or that became an orchestrated piece, you know, and it doesn't have a bass or heavy drums on it. But I think you'd certainly still hear the Asian Dub Foundation element, and we've never done anything like that before, that's for sure. What else is there? And we've got the track coming over here with a comedian, a British comedian, which is like an absolutely wild ride, and his voice is, and the words, I mean, we've never really had direct comedy on any of our records before, though it's very powerful satire. So yeah, it's gone a lot of different places, but still very identifiably Asian Dub Foundation.
They stole the future as if nobody knows. Stole the future while we look the other way. Now we heading for darker days. They stole the future shouting louder than us. They stole the future, we forgot who to trust.
I'm not really sure. What are our expectations with Axis Denial? Do you know, I just get very happy and content when something's done and it's out there, you know. So that's kind of enough for me. I hope that people get to hear it and give it a good listen and give it a chance, you know. And I really think that certainly a lot of older ADF fans are going to be very, very happy with it, because I think there's a certain musicality and level of playing on it that we haven't really had before, actually. And I think there's a lot of diversity. I think there's like there's a track, Lost in the Shadows, which is really kind of like almost shadow. Well, it's shadowy and kind of opaque and quite mysterious, which is a vibe we don't normally get to as well. I suppose that answering the last question again, but I got a feeling that people are going to get a lot out of this album if they get a chance to hear it. I suppose it depends when you saw us last, if you've never seen us before. I mean, over the years, it's become more and more of a live band, you know. When we started, we never used to have live drummers. We used to have beats, break beats. We had live bass, live guitar, but gradually over the years, we added live drums. Now we've got the most incredible flute player on the planet, which some people may have heard of him, a man named Nathan Flutebox Lee, who's done all kinds of work, notably for The Prodigy, a lot of other groups, you know. So he's a main feature of it. And you know, it's a no frill, even though it's a very unusual and radical sound and forceful, and in many other ways it's actually a no frills, raw live band, you know. No dancers, no expensive visuals, you know. It's actually something raw and untamed, you know. And we try to keep it like that, and we try and keep it forceful and direct and to the point live as much as possible. Well, it's coming out in September. I mean, like everyone really, I mean, future plans were kind of can't really have too many plans with the lockdown and the COVID-19 pandemic. So a lot of our plans obviously were cancelled. You know, a lot of gigs and shows that we had. We had one of our live soundtracks, soundtrack to THX1138, George Lucas's first film. That was cancelled. So hopefully, we're just waiting to see when it all opens up again, and hopefully everything's back on, you know. So I don't think we can make many future plans past that right now. Well, I mean, my first thoughts really are for the people whose livelihoods have been destroyed by this, you know. And there's a lot of question marks over what will be able to be rebuilt after it. I mean, in our industry, for example, in music, I mean, we've yet to see how much damage this has done, how much damage has been done to music long term. How many people will be able to come back to it, you know? How many people have lost their homes, have lost their jobs, lost their homes because of all this, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully, economy-wise, most sectors of the economy will, you know, get back to normal fairly quickly. But it's hard to quantify the damage that has been done. I mean, what about the impact on people's lives of all the people who have died? You know, nobody's really talking about that, you know. I really don't have a clue, to be honest. Every day seems to bring something different at the moment. So I personally don't see much. I don't see much value in trying to prophesize. If I could have told you just this time last year what 2020 was going to be like, I don't think I'd have got it right if I'd have tried. I don't think I would have got anywhere near to the kind of world we're living in now. Hi, all you followers of Hysterikas Grabaciones. This is Steve Chandrasavli, aka Chandra Sonic, coming to you for the Asian Dub Foundation. We're coming back at you in September with a new album called Access Denied. Hopefully we'll get over there as soon as possible. In the meantime, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You know it. Big up to all of you.